Okay, this is our today's concept. Right. Today we are going to discuss about personal software process. Personal software process. This is also called as PSP. So what is this personal software process here? So while we are working with a software, while we are working with a software, so there is a step-by-step process is included in this particular software development. Thus, that process may be monitored by some people related to that particular project. Personally, whoever monitor that particular project, personally, step by step manner, such kind of, okay, such kind of SDLCs are called, or software process are called personal software process, which means for developing a software process, there is a step-by-step approach. We are following some step-by-step approach. So one person or more than one person, may monitor these step-by-step approach to develop a software. Such kind of technique or monitoring is called the personal software process. So he is a person or some group of people. No, not group of people. He is a person related to a particular related to your company. He may be related to a company. He may be a project manager, or he may be a customer, or he may be some architect. Any one person is going to monitor this overall development of a project. He's taken overall responsibility of that project to complete. Such kind of monitoring or such kind of processes is called personal software process. If you'll see here, personal software process emphasize personal measurements. What they are going to do? They are going to measure personal measurements of both the work product that is produced and resultant quality of the work product. They are monitoring both. One is work product. What is the product which we are developing, and what is the quality of that product, whether this product is worked, whether this product is developed based on quality or not. They are monitoring for that one. One is work product and one is quality. So the such technique is called a personal software process or personal measurement. So who is that person? He may be a architect, which means designer. Designer will monitor each and every step of a project. And he will take care about that, whether this work is going on, whatever the design is implemented by me or not. Is there any problems are there? It is implemented with quality or not, like that. He used to monitor each and every step of a software project. So he is that, maybe that person. Or otherwise he may be a some customer, even though customer also monitor about this particular work. Or otherwise he may be a project manager. Project manager also can monitor this about this particular project, ongoing project. And also monitoring in the sense they'll take care about personally each and everything, whether it is working, it is properly completed on time or not, okay, it is mean working with quality or not. So like that, each and every point they'll take care of each and every point of that particular project. Then only we'll get good results, isn't it? So somebody is there to monitor that project personally. Personally, they'll take care about that project personally. So such kind of a thing is come under a personal software process. And second point, see the second point, PSP makes the practitioner responsible for project planning, controlling the quality. What they are going to do, they are going to check for project planning and controlling the quality of all the software work products that they are developed. So how they are planning work, and it is going through that particular plan or not, and some control measurements are there or not, quality, everything it is implemented with quality or not, like that everything is they are going to take responsibility of monitoring that particular project personally. Clear? And coming to the other point, PSP process model defines 5 framework activities. What it has? Some 5 framework activities. So what are those? The first one is planning. What is the first one? Planning and high level design. Next, high level design review. Third one. Fourth one is development. And fifth one is postmortem. These are the 5 framework activities are there for PSP process model. Clear? So now we'll see the framework activities. Now we will see the framework activities. What is the first framework activity of PSP process model? Planning. So what we have to do with this at this step? So this activity isolates the requirements. Planning in the sense, it will, okay, what are the requirements we need for this project? It will isolate all the requirements. Based on these, size and resources estimation and defect estimates, etc. What are the defects? What are the resources we need? What are the defects in this particular project development? So everything it is going to estimate. All metrics are recorded development. All metrics are recorded, and also development takes are identified, and a project schedule is created. At this planning stage, here they are going to create a schedule. Planning in the sense, what are the requirements we need to complete this particular project? What are the things, equipments we need to complete this project? And also, okay, what are the other resources we need, and also what are the drawbacks of this particular project? Okay, how many defects are there into this project? And we need to record everything, we need to plan everything, okay, by maintaining a book or by maintaining some notes or something, etc. Okay, you should follow some notes here. Clear? Right. And also in planning itself we are going to schedule. Here in planning also sometimes we are going to develop a schedule for that particular project, and also budget for that project. Everything will coming under a planning itself. If you want to go for a shopping, at that time we have to take care about everything, which means how much amount we need to purchase something, I mean to do finish of this shopping, how much time we needed, how to go there, and which products will be available in which place, like that each and everything will be planned before going to, okay, enter into the field, before going to bring the all the things, before going to start. Okay, so like that here also the planning is important for every project. Coming to second one, high level design. High level design in sense, here we are going to take external specification for each component. or developed, and a component design is created. Now what are the external specifications we need for a particular project, one part of a project. And also here we are going to get ready a design for that particular project or component. Component in the sense, just it's a one part of a project. It's not a complete full project, it's just a one part of a project. So here we are going to make design for that particular component. And also what we need some external resources to finish off that particular component, to get ready for that particular component. So like that we are going to take the steps in high level design phase. Coming to third one, design review. This is just design, this is a design review. It's just formal verification methods are all applied to uncover errors in the design. So it's just one kind of review, in the sense it's one kind of verification or analysis. After finishing of the shopping, once again we are asked to somebody, our friends or our parents, check once whether all items came or not. Like that we are going to ask whether all items are covered or came or not. Is in somewhere else I have dropped any cover or not, or otherwise that shopkeepers, whoever shop sales boys are there, they will give all the items, or they were missed something. After billing also sometimes they missed some kind of items, isn't it? So like that, were they missed or not, or otherwise ourselves, we are also sometimes missing some kind of items. We are paying some bill and we come out of from that shop without taking that item. Such kind of mistakes will be come in some shoppings, and some in whenever we are in tension, automatically such kinds of things will occur, isn't it? So here also like that we are going for review. We are going to ask somebody, I had drawn this kind of design for this particular project, whether this design is fulfilled all the things of that particular customer requirements or not, whether you can check and tell me. Like that, if you will give to somebody, then that is called a high level design review. And next one is development. In this development stage we are going to do coding generation. What we are going to do? Coding generation in this development. And also after the coding generation, we are going for even testing also, testing phase also. Testing also developed at this stage. There are testing also, you have one complete chapter or unit, different kinds of testing of a project. So that can be happened at this phase. And coming to postmortem. Postmortem means it by using the measures and metrics of the effectiveness of the process is determined. So whatever the measures and metrics which we have used into that particular project, those have given effective output or not, those are implemented effectively or not. If suppose I'm constructing one building with some measurements, the room size is like this, like this, like this, and here we are having 4 walls for a room. So each wall size we have fixed and mentioned. So whether after construction, whether each and every wall is constructed based on given values or metrics or not. If I need that particular length of that wall is 5 feet, is it exactly developed to 5 feet, or they may increase it to 5.5 feet or 6 feet, or they may decrease it to 4.5 feet to 4 feet. Like that we are going to measure. That is that is developed effectively or not. Like that we are going to check again our developed project. So If it is according to the measurement that the software is developed according to the user business goals or measurements metrics, whatever we have discussed, okay, it's okay, no worries. But it's not what we should do. Again, we are going to change, modify that process, isn't it? Okay, this is about the framework 5 activities. Coming to the last point here, one point have written here, that is drawback. What it is? It is a drawback. So what is the drawback of PSP? PSP has not been widely adopted through the industry. So this model is not using by each and every industry. Because why? Because the reason is, okay, PSP is intellectually challenging and demands a level of commitment. It's a commitment by a practitioner and a manager that is not always possible to obtain. So PSP model, in the sense, in this model one person is going to monitor from step 1 to step 1 of a project. Okay, is it possible to monitor each and every step of a project? Okay, maybe it is possible or may not be, it is possible. If it is for some other VIPs, then it is possible. If it is normally the developed one product for a normally ordinary people, it won't be possible, isn't it? So while developing one software project, monitoring of each and every step, okay, it's possible or impossible. For some industries or for some people it may be possible, but for some people it may not be possible. So that's why this is not a adapted adapted process method by all industries, isn't it? Okay, this is the drawback of PSP. And coming to the next slide. Next one is, the second one is team software process. Till now we have discussed one thing. What is that? That is PSP, personal software process. Personal software process, in the sense, single person is going to monitor a total project. Okay, but here now we are going to discuss about the second kind of software process monitoring. What is that? Team software process. Okay, so that is individual single person. Here we are going to discuss about group of people. Okay, so this TSP, the goal of TSP is built self-directed project team. Okay, what they are going to develop here, the main goal of this TSP is, what it is? Self-directed project team. It's not a single person, it's a group of people. Okay, the organizes itself to produce a high quality software. Shit. Okay, why we are going for this PSP? To produce high quality software by a project team. So one team of people is going to monitor, is going to work for this particular software product. Then such kind of process model is called team software process model. Team software process model. Clear? The objectives, the following are the objectives for TSP. What is the first objective? Okay, build self-directed teams that plan and track their work, establish goals and own their process and plans. They are going to build one self-directed team. Okay, the team members are togetherly sitting and they are discussing about a project, and they are started to direct one with another. Okay, all are combinedly taking some decisions to develop this project to improve the quality of the project. The main motive of this TSP is to improve the quality of that particular project. So for that, if some group of people or some friends are working on single project, okay, okay, whoever some childhood friends or some college friends, all are working in a single project, then what they will do? Automatically they'll sit together and they'll take some decisions on that. Okay, okay, what is the how to work it with, how to track their work, and what are the goals for that work, and whether that goals is implemented or not. So like that, each and everything they are take care about that particular project. And also if they had some manager, show managers, okay, how to coach and motivate their team and how to help them. If they had manager is also there into the team, ask him to, okay, sir, just to monitor us, okay, and motivate us while working with this software. Like that, even they are ready to give some instruction to manager itself. Why? Because they are asking for developing the some project. Okay, it's not they are not going to order some any other what unnecessary things. They are asking a manager for motivate towards whatever the developing software and towards their work. So that's why they'll give some instructions to manager itself and accelerate software process improvement. And they are sometimes okay, whatever the what plans, whatever the thoughts they are having onto that towards that project, there may be success sometimes, that may be failure sometimes. So they should accelerating, which means some change, I mean changes, and also they are taking I mean improvements on their particular software whatever, okay, they are developing. And they should provide some improvement guidance to organization, and also they provide improvement guidance to organizations. Okay, some organization people may trust, okay, these people will work properly, correctly, and these are the effective team in my company. Like that, somebody is introducing some teams. So like that, if team members are working dedicatedly, okay, then such projects, okay, get success, isn't it? So like that, even though sometimes they will build new rules while developing a project, or otherwise they may build new approaches for the software development. So like that they are the inspired people, I mean inspiration to somebody. The team members are inspiration to some other teams, some other people. Okay, they'll inspire the everything into that organization. So like that, they'll take care about their project. And also facilitate to university teaching, they are ready to teach everything to their, okay, I mean other team members or organization people, or otherwise some juniors or something. Okay, and also they are ready to teach their seniors also, if possible. If possible, they are ready to teach the seniors also to impress them, or to enlighten them, and or to give the knowledge on that particular product or something. They are ready to teach the juniors also, to guiding them, to motivate them, isn't it? So this kind of things all are happened in this team software process. And also here also they are going to launch their product with high level design and some implementation details. Okay, they are going to, after implementation, they are going to gather that overall system at the single place, which means integration, and they'll perform the testing, okay, overall system testing. And also they did this postmortem also, whichever we have discussed in PSP. Okay, these are all the roles of a TSP. After that, these activities enable the team to plan, design, and construct software in a disciplined manner. Why we are going for PSP and TSP actually? Okay, to plan, design, construct a software in a disciplined manner. So why are we going for last step postmortem? It sets the stage for process improvement. Okay, what it is going to do? It sets the stage for process improvement. We want more and more improvements on that particular project. So that's why we are going for this last step. Before going to that, these all activities are used for, okay, to develop a project in disciplined manner. Plan, design, construct a software in disciplined manner. And coming to TSP makes use of wide variety of scripts, forms and standards that serve to guide team members in their work. Okay, TSP make use of wide variety of scripts. It will follow different script, different forms, standards to serve, okay, to guide team members in their work. Already we have discussed this point itself, isn't it? They'll follow new kind of forms, new kind of scripts, new kind of standards while developing that particular software. When these are all for quality improvement itself, these are all for some effective output, isn't it? So that's why they'll follow different methodologies, different techniques while working with a software product. And scripts define a specific process activities, project launch, design, implementation, integration, testing, postman, and other more detailed work functions like development, planning, requirements development, software configuration management, and a unit test. So these scripts are also having the all the activities. Okay, what is this? Here we have used one script. What is the script has? The script has everything: launch, design, implementation, and integration. So everything whatever we have discussed above, isn't it? These are all called same as usual. Our previous classical model requirements phases: planning, requirements gathering, development. So software configuration management, everything. These are all about our classical framework activities, isn't it? So this is about TSP. What is TSP here? TSP is a team software process. Team software process in the sense, here we are going to we are having some team members, group of people. Okay, what they are doing? Okay, they'll monitor this project and their self. Okay, they will plan how to do this project and how to implement, how to work on that. Everything they'll plan and they'll complete the project to get a high quality of that project, to get effectiveness in that project. The team members are dedicated to that particular project to get, okay, to get qualitative output in that particular software whichever they have chosen or whichever they have allotted. In previous concept we have discussed about only single person may monitor that overall project, but he will monitor and the single person will guide everything and he will personally take care about that overall project. PSP means single person take care about overall project, okay, for getting effective results here. But in TSP, a team member or group of people, okay, may involved and they'll serve what they were prepared, they are dedicated to this particular software development. Okay, so these are the two last concepts in first units of our software engineering subject. Okay, by this we have finished off our first unit.